Hello folks, this is Jamie from Randomised User with a little bit of Starbound news. Apparently Chucklefish have just announced they put a torch to 1.4, sort of. They've just announced, in fact, that the bounty hunter system that they were going to bring to the upcoming, in theory, Starbound 1.4 has sort of basically been abandoned, cancelled, or, in their words, on hold, in a kind of don't hold your breath sort of way. Which is a real bit of a shame. They started work on this update, I think it was like late last year. We've had very little information on it since. We've had like very, very irregular blogs on 1.4. Now they've actually released today, this is on Friday, the 20th of April, they've just announced that they've decided to sod it. Apparently, to quote them, after a lot of discussion and experimentation, we came to the conclusion that the bounty hunting, whilst really fun and exciting in concept, didn't really feel like it complemented the rest of the game, and felt more like an attached feature instead of an enhancement. And they didn't really want to release the update as a result, if it's in that kind of sort of state. Where that leaves Starbound future updates, well, it's going to be a bit like reading the runes, I'm afraid. So apparently there will be more updates to Starbound, but it sounds like they're going to be just like more like trivial, just like a bit of extra content here and there, rather than anything substantive. They haven't said, exclusively we've definitely stopped working on Starbound, or that they're not going to release any major features again in future. But it's not looking great now. I think their attentions are elsewhere. They also said in the blog post that they're going to be concentrating for the time being on getting Starbound out on Xbox and possibly other consoles as well. Now, they've actually been showing off the Xbox version of Starbound, and I've actually been there. I've been in the room when it was actually being demonstrated. It was at EGX Rezzed, I think it was last weekend. And yes, it was interesting to see exactly how they've actually implemented it on console. What I was a little concerned about when I was actually standing there watching someone else play was that when you actually came to using your matter manipulator, try and get that out for the lads, it looked a bit clumsy on console, trying to actually place matter blocks. When you've got a mouse, you can do it all over the place. I've actually got any blocks on me. We've got that. I mean, yeah, you can just do very easy sort of, well, that's Terrid. Boo! And on console, it just looked a little fiddly, and to access certain things, it's got a little radial menu, which does look cool, and it does look quite usable. But apparently, they're still tweaking this, and they've now started to see player feedback on it, based on what they put on at I think GDC and EGX Rezzed, and they will be tweaking it before release, so it's not in its finished form. I still see it completely as a PC game. But Terraria, of course, has ported successfully to everything under the sun. People seem to like that, I've heard. I think I've even done videos on this in my time. Anyway, yeah, but also at EGX Rex, there was Chucklefish, as well as putting on Starbound. They did put on a lot of other games that they're going to be publishing or sometimes making, all of which look actually really good, and you should keep your eye out on them or for them. I think I played Siege. I actually had a go on the Siege and the Sandfox, which is a kind of like a platformy RPG type thing, which is all rather wicked. Felt a bit slow at first, but I think by the time you actually get into it, it does look a lot of fun. Also saw a bit of Wargroove, which I think everyone knows about by now. They've even got Florins in that, and Greenfingers, most remarkably. And also Pathway, which I had a very quick look at, which did also look very promising as well. But as for Starbound, yeah, it does look like it's going. We really are slowing down on it. There probably won't. I mean, I don't imagine there will be any major updates anymore because, well, it's getting on a bit now. It's getting on a bit, and the game, well, feels fairly complete anyway, doesn't it? I mean, even the mechs and the good old mechs always felt like a little bit of a tack on. So I don't know. So of course I will cover more Starbound in future on the channel, and there'll be more updates to cover, and there'll be more series. Just finished the Fracking Universe Season 2. May think about streaming some actually if I actually get around to moving over to Twitch, and well, might do a couple more series. I'm trying not to promise anything at the moment, just because I don't know what form it'll actually take. But should be interesting. And as content updates do come in, I will cover them, of course. Apparently they do say that some of what they've actually created for 1.4 actually will end up in these content updates. Probably not the bounty hunter system though, but some of the other things which I think they've been keeping a bit more under wraps. So it should be quite interesting to see what they actually come up with. But yeah, for now it does seem like bounty hunting is no more, which means to the modding. well, I doubt you'll be able to add it via modding, to be honest. I think it's a bit of a difficult game to mod, apparently. Well, it's not difficult, but there's a lot of fundamental systems you can't change. But it would have been nice, it would have been fun, but I think, to be honest, maybe they are actually right, to be honest. Maybe it isn't, would have just felt like an extra tacked on bit of thing. Hello. Someone just beamed in down below. Anyway, we'll stop here. So thanks for watching. Do subscribe to be notified when new stuff goes live, and I'll see you next time.